in the NFL, who's your 5 worst teams this season?
5 worst teams.
The teams that are going to be the worst this year. I don't even need all 8.
All right, and we're not even gonna go. I don't know if I can necessarily put them in an order for you.
Yeah. I just want to see which ones you think are gonna be bad.
Okay, so the Falcons, they're gonna be terrible. Sorry, they're probably gonna be bad again. I hope you're good. Probably gonna be bad. Do you have a quarterback?
Does anybody in that division?
Who's the Falcons quarterback? Exactly.
Desmond Ridder.
Thank you. So bad.
Really good college quarterback.
So bad. I mean, you can almost say the same thing for, you're right, that entire division. Like, I don't know if I can trust any of those teams. There could be that makes up almost your top 5.
It kind of fucking does, doesn't it?
The entire NFC South. The entire NFC South.
Should I have excluded the NFC South from this equation? Or let's limit it to 1.
You may have. Okay.
Let's limit it to 1 from the NFC South. Now that's been brought to our attention.
It's them or the Panthers. I think.
Okay.
I think the Saints have the best chance of winning that division because they actually have a stable piece at quarterback, right?
But that stable piece is Derek Carr.
Dude, I'm telling, we've seen Derek Carr be. If Derek Carr has a good team around him, he can be fine. Okay. Do what?
I was like, but does he?
Yeah, I think I don't know. We'll find out.
I'm excited to find out that one.
But they're the only team that has a quarterback that, like, if he has a good team, they'll be okay. The other teams, like, if they're a good team, their quarterback sucks, so they might not be okay. Like,
yeah,
it can happen. We saw the Jets just mortgage, their future for a guy who's going to stick around for 2 years because their team's really good, but their quarterback sucks, so they're not okay.
Yeah.
So that's why the Saints are the only one that I'm like, all right, because none of the other teams have a quarterback. Well, the Panthers, we'll see if the Panthers have a quarterback, right?
Hey, maybe Desmond Ridder's a guy. We don't know.
Not Desmond. No, the Panthers.
I get, Panthers are probably saying. I'm just saying, Desmond Ridder's in his 2nd year.
What? I mean, sure, yeah, Desmond Ridder, right? Yeah, he could. He definitely could. We've seen guys picked much lower.
Which team do you think's better, the Texans or the Panthers this year?
Panthers are a better team.
Yeah, probably Panthers.
Panthers. Panthers weren't. Listen, like, Panthers would have been picking at 9 in the draft. Yeah, at 9. So,
but the Panthers,
they already have a better. They have a little bit better foundation than I think Houston.
Man, but Houston got their quarterback too.
Yeah, and they got a D lineman. Yeah.
Sorry, that's a good question.
Sam, this is your list.
That's a good question.
So,
okay, you know what? We're gonna forget about the NFC South right now because I've made my point. I think the next teams I would probably harp on, the Commanders. We're gonna see they also have that QB issue, but they have
Sam Howell.
They've got a new offensive coordinator who could figure out something and what to do with them.
And most importantly, a new owner.
They've got a new owner. I think the whole team feels rejuvenated, right? Like
the
whole city, the whole fan base, right? The
whole
organization.
They absolutely should.
They feel great. Yeah, in the city, after seeing their DC Defenders lose to a team that had a losing record, championships. Anyways, the XFL, we can slide in something about them at the end. The Commanders, so maybe not so bad. The Texans, we already talked about them, and then I think really the last team that I would want to hit is the Cardinals.
Absolutely.
That team could be number 1.
Spoiler, I think that one, I'm going to think the Cardinals are going to be on all 3 of our lists.
Yeah. They're probably topping my list. Like,
yeah,
they're going to be picking first in the draft next.
There's a very good likelihood they could be. So
that's what they're doing.
That's going to be spicy.
Yeah. Sneaky. Let's hear. So, Sam, one more time, just run down your 5 teams.
Oh shit! I didn't make 5 teams. I had an entire division in mind.
Well, we said you took your one team from that division.
Yeah, I said the Falcons, right?
The Falcons.
Okay, Falcons. Falcons, Commanders, Texans, Cardinals. That's 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the I mean I have to conclude another team from the NFC South, the Raiders. There you go, the Raiders.
Oh,
Okay. Not a saucy pick. I get it. I get it. I get it. So
All right. What do the Raiders got? They got Jimmy Garoppolo too, which I get. He's also Derek Carr.
Devontae Adams. I mean,
they've got an unhappy Devontae Adams.
They got an unhappy Devontae.
I don't think they're going to be one of the 5
guess who
worst.
they-
They're going to be
Yes,
bad.
they had they had Devontae Adams last year, and it looks like the whole team has gotten worse. They've pissed off their running back, and their defense is what now?
I mean, Devontae Adams did come out this week and say that he's just not happy with the offense.
Yeah, he said that we're obviously on different pages.
I hate Josh McDaniels.
Today, I think it was today I saw the quote and I was like, "Ooh, he is not a happy fella."
Yeah, like come on, man. Josh
So, yeah.
McDaniels is a good head coach.
I get it, Sam. All right, Sneaky, let me hear your 5 worst teams in this upcoming NFL season.
I would have included the Buccaneers, but I couldn't include another NFC South team. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I got
Sneaky,
the
I'm sorry.
I got the Cardinals, obviously. I don't think I think the Commanders aren't going to be good, but not 5 worst. I think the Texans and Colts are both going to be really bad.
Oh, shit, why didn't I even talk about the Colts? Oh, the Colts are gonna be terrible.
Uh,
The Colts, he's right. Damn it. Switching out the Colts. They're in my number 5.
what is that?
So the
What was that,
Raiders.
3?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, you kind of got to return to the NFC South. Like there's just a hot fucking plate of trash.
It really is a hot plate. That's why I had to put a limit of 1 on there.
Yeah. If you want a little spicier pick, who I think might be bottom 5, the Packers.
Yeah, I get that. But I think I think the Packers, that is another organization that feels revitalized.
Yeah.
They have got a lot of young pieces, and now that they kind of got the older veteran out, right, and Jordan can come in and work with a lot of those young pieces. I don't know. I think
the initial comments from the organization have not been great about Jordan Love. It's all been, we're going to have to give him time.
But they've seemed to have his back in this. I mean,
No, I know they've got his back, but
signing him to a contract instead of picking up the option was good.
Everything they're saying sounds like he's not, like it's
signing
going to
him.
take some time to be ready.
Signing him to a contract was so that they could not pay him the big money.
But it also makes it's not that far off of the 5th year option, but it makes sense because why would you
over 2 years?
Why would you pick up an option on a guy that at this point you've seen start 1 game?
You wouldn't. Well, you've seen him start 2 games. You wouldn't.
He only started 1. He played in 2. Or he played in more than 2, but he came in for injury relief. He only had to start against the Chiefs.
I thought he started at least 1 game last year.
No, because Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he played against the Eagles.
Okay.
And he looked good against the Eagles. And if you look at, he had some decent throws in that anticipation, stuff like that. But
yeah, I mean, you literally haven't seen anything of him. But no, you can't, right? But the Packers kind of screwed themselves with this whole situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, it absolutely comes down to how good Jordan Love's going to be.
Yeah, and I mean, they were able to transition. They made the transition pretty seamlessly last time, so that's why I give them a little faith. I don't think they're a playoff team. I think they're closer to 500.
Mm-hmm.
But
they could be in a very tough division. The North is just going to be hard to figure out, right? Because you can see the Bears taking a jump from first to worst. Even you could see the Lions finally fulfilling all that potential that they've, that we've seen with them and Dan Campbell.
And you don't know what.
I think the North is going to be, the NFC North is going to be a really interesting division this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sneaky, one more time, let me hear your 5 worst teams.
Yeah, so we're gonna Cardinals.
Of course.
Just pick, I guess, any one from the NFC South because I can only have one. Texans and Colts.
The good picks.
And shit, maybe the Titans. I don't know if the Titans are going to be very good either.
Yeah, both Southern divisions are going to suck ass.
Yeah, Jaguars are like
the only
front runner.
I think the Jaguars are going to win that division by a minimum 3 games.
Very possible.
The Titans, the only thing I see hope with them is that they have a good coach who could probably get some wins out of them against, the Colts and the Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely see the Titans beating up on their own division.
But even if you win all of your division games, that's 6 games.
Yeah, but that you're still going to be doing better than at least those 2 other teams. Shit.
No.
But man, I guess that maybe I'll switch the Raiders or the Commanders out for the Colts. I think. I don't know.
I would. I think the Colts are going to be worse.
You're probably right.
Yeah. I think my bottom 5. Of course, the Arizona Cardinals. Absolutely, of course.
Yeah, I think we all agree they're going to be number 1.
Yeah. I think Tennessee Titans going to be bad. God, I almost could take the rest of that division and just round out almost all of it.
The Southern divisions are.
I think AFC South is. I think AFC South is going to be worse than NFC South. Like looking at them, I'm like,
no, because I mean, at least we know who's like
NFC South.
We're like 99% certain who's going to win the AFC South next year.
Yeah, NFC South. I'm gonna have to probably go. Okay, so I've got my 2. I'm gonna say the Rams. I think the Rams are gonna be bad.
Yeah, they're
They're shitty.
Like, I keep seeing Matt Stafford come up on like top 5 lists and shit, and I'm like, what are we watching here?
Yeah, when is Cooper Kupp available? Because they've got the youngest roster in football, and it's not a good young.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't seen anything from them to make me believe they're going to be any better than last year.
I am going to go to the AFC West for one of my teams. I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos.
Yes. Worse than the Raiders?
Yeah. It's just different. I think that the expectations that they are putting on themselves again are going to lead to a world of pain.
Yep.
I'm not impressed with Sean Payton. I
think he's a good enough coach that he could have gotten them an extra couple wins last year.
Probably.
It feels like he could have done more with the teams that he had.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he missed 3 years of Drew Brees' prime. He finished 7-9 3 years in a row with prime Drew Brees, throwing for over 4,000 yards, close to 5,000. Yeah,
and those were when they had some dog shit defenses, right? But
yeah, but I mean, like, I'm just saying, he got his team into salary cap hell. He's gonna get the Broncos into salary cap hell. Yeah, boys.
They are kind of doing it. It is kind of happening.
Woo! They already overpaid for a 2 subpar offensive linemen.
Yeah.
First day of free agency, they overpaid out the ass on those guys. Neither team seemed inclined at all to make those kind of offers for their own players.
You did that with a coach who was like number 3rd on your option of coaches to hire.
Yeah.
Broncos.
Yeah, he wasn't their first option at coach. So yeah, I think
who do they want more?
DeMeco Ryans.
DeMeco and Jim Harbaugh.
And Jim Harbaugh, they were pretty deep in talk. They were trying to get.
Yeah, no, I heard both of those names turned him down before they went to Sean Payton. So
yeah. And just because I love fucking chaos, maybe more than sneaky, apparently, I'm gonna say the fucking Jets. Yet again, I'm kind of basing this off of the expectations that they've given themselves. Like the Denver Broncos. I mean, you hired the offensive mind who did absolutely nothing with the Broncos last year. You brought in players from a Packers team that missed the playoffs.
To be fair, Hackett with this same offense, pretty much with the same quarterback and wide receiver core, did it get to a couple NFC championships.
He did, but he also had Devontae Adams with those. He didn't. The Packers receivers he got were not Devontae Adams. They were Adam Lazard, Alan Lazard, and fucking Randall Cobb.
And a soft-ass division.
Yeah, and right now they are, in my eyes,
not bad.
The AFC East is fucking, they are third best, potentially fourth, depending on what if an offensive coordinator can get Mac Jones back to where he was the last time he had an offensive coordinator, then I believe in the Patriots more.
I don't think they're going to be top 5 worst, man. I don't know if they'll hit
I'm also saying
expectations that they think
I'm rooting for chaos, Sam. I'm rooting for
I am too, because that will give us a lot of great stuff to talk about. If the Jets are bad, it will be hilarious.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So I think I don't think the Jets are going to be bottom 5, but I think they're going to be bad.
Yeah, because look how good they were. I mean, guys, look how good they were with fucking Zach Wilson.
And like I said,
they're a pretty decent team at least, and you give them a better quarterback.
It's just
how many times
he's better skill wise, but I think it's the same shit.
Yeah, and how many times throughout history have we seen a team that was like so in love with their fucking cast of players that they were like, we are an elite quarterback away. If we just get that elite quarterback, it'll mask up for any deficiency we have. And we're just going to get that piece and we're going to be plugged right into a title favorite. We saw it last year.
What the Jets did with Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. We saw it with the Vikings and Brett Favre. It was true. They were that piece away and they should have gotten there, but
they should have.
But we did see it work. We have seen it work, but with someone that's what we saw it work with Brady. You know, obviously Brady and Peyton going to, Bucks and Broncos. But we also just recently saw it work with the Rams.
Yeah.
Getting Matt Stafford.
We did.
A team that said we're a quarterback away, and they were a quarterback away. So I mean,
the problem is it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's a 38-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
You know what I mean when I say
Matt Stafford. I don't know. Like people were saying the same thing about Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford's got that dog in him, though.
Nobody was saying that Matt Stafford was a lying anti-vaxxer.
Well, okay, there was the on the field stuff that doesn't really have much to do with how
blame from himself.
Matt Stafford typically does show up to his team activities too. Aaron Rodgers,
they've said he's shown up
with the Jets.
The Jets, yeah.
Which my Packers,
it's the new thing.
Which my Packers fan GM is very upset about. He was not
showing up.
That was his exact words. He's like, now he shows up.
If he's there next year, probably not showing up. I know the anti-vaxxer who now loves his brand new team owned by one of the guys who makes the vaccines that he doesn't trust.
Don't you just love a fucking full circle?
The biggest fucking clown in history.
No.
God damn.
Yeah.
He's so distrustful of all this shit for, whatever.
I'll take your money.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
no, I don't have principles. No.
Principles?
He's got principles, guys. It's make a shit ton of money playing
True that.
Okay? Like
principles with a money S.
Absolutely.
Principles. I mean, that's a lot of people's principles.
Yeah, so that's the teams I think will be the bottom 5.
I love that Jets and Broncos take.